my favorite things on the internet lately has been oddly specific wikis. Sometimes Wikipedia doesn't quite have the exact information you're looking for, which is why wiki websites like Fandom and Mirahis exist. These play host to thousands of different wikis for all sorts of things. Of course, there are relatively normal wikis like Wikipedia for information on Star Wars or the Minecraft wiki for details about said game. But there are also many niche, specific, and frankly bizarre ones, such as the subject of today's video, the Peppa Pig Fanon Wiki. This wiki is dedicated to chronicling and archiving information about fake episodes and storylines of Peppa Pig. You know, the preschool show, with no overarching narrative. Some people were such big fans of this baby show that they weren't satisfied with the 400 plus episodes already available and decided to write their own stories about the further adventures of the 6-year-old fictional swine. Now, I'm sure most of the pages on this wiki were done ironically for a quick laugh or two, so don't go around messing with any of the people associated with this place. They're just trying to have some fun. But with that out of the way, let's take a look at the Peppa Pig fan. Now, the first thing you might notice about the homepage of this wiki is that one of these characters clearly sticks out from the rest of them. As it turns out, the people who made this wiki have decided that not only does this toddler show need a main recurring antagonist, but that it, for whatever reason, should be Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening. According to her page on the site, Lucina is the main antagonist of the show Peppa Pig. She is determined to annihilate the pig family to alter the course of fate. The page then goes into further detail on the many times Lucina has been killed, revived, and then re-killed. Most pages on this wiki also have a trivia section, and the insanity continues down there too. Did you know that Lucina was initially racist towards Canadians, but changed her attitude once she discovered Canadian bacon? That John Cena is her secret invisible brother? Or that she's really bad at Among Us? There's actually a whole category in this wiki for characters that were taken from Smash Bros, so I think I'll do a rapid fire section here of the highlights. Mario is a recurring character of the long-running and highly successful Peppa Pig franchise. Mario made his first appearance as the protagonist of the episode Peppa Meets Mario, released in 1981. The wiki notes that Mario's morality in the story is a bit ambiguous, as while he generally does good things, he also helped Lucina burn down the pig family's house. He apparently did this by, quote, distracting them with his iconic homemade spaghetti. Wario is an evil villain and a member of the League of Rated R, which, according to Ganondorf's page, is a villainous organization which antagonizes highly successful children's programs. He doesn't do too much and isn't a threat to the world, but every time he sees Peppa, he beats the snot out of her until she drops all her money. Then he runs to Wario Land with Joe Biden and Adachi. He works at a mysterious place called Tesco, an ancient rival to the haunted horror that is Aldi. The place where whoever comes in never comes back out. He apparently also was briefly killed after Lucina poured extremely spicy hot sauce on some garlic he ate, but returned by sheer determination. Chrom is the Prince of Elise, leader of the Shepherds and the father of Lucina. That bit is actually canon to Fire Emblem Awakening, funny enough. He has an unwavering desire to protect his loved ones, the people of his country, and fish sticks from evil. He was absent from the show after Season 3, in which he attempted to troll George Pig and failed. The shame of his failure was so great that he seemingly exiled himself. He also apparently killed Mario over fish sticks, bought an M4A2 Sherman tank from an auction for $40, and owns 65 firearms, 7 tanks, 12 bombers, 13 fighter jets, a warship, a battleship, 113 melee weapons, 61 nuclear missiles, and a mech. Mega Man is the main protagonist of the Mega Man series, and a tertiary antagonist in the Peppa Pig franchise. He has gone on record stating he wants to kill George because he, quote, stole his chicken nuggets. He was soon found dead hours later in the Bronx, New York, at the foot of a flight of stairs. The cause of his untimely death is unknown. So as you can see, if you can name a celebrity or fictional character, they've probably been mentioned at least once somewhere on this wiki. Weird Al Yankovic, Lightning McQueen, Shadow the Hedgehog, you name it. Although some of these pages are far more in-depth than others. And it's not just the crossover characters whose stories have been wildly altered from their origins. Almost every character from the original show has had their stories altered beyond recognition. For example, let's take a look at the page for Peppa's brother George. In the main show, George is a whiny little baby who only says the word dinosaur. That's pretty much his whole character. On this wiki, however, George is now 3 million years old, secretly Russian, arch enemies with Barney the dinosaur, and was assassinated in 2032. He also apparently owns a wide range of weaponry and has killed Peppa on at least one timeline. One of the funniest pages to me on this wiki is the page List of Crimes Committed by Daddy Pig. It includes, but is not limited to, assault and battery, destruction of property, larceny, trespassing, and enabling underage driving. I think the funniest part to me is the section plowing through a children's hospital, where we're told that Daddy Pig, after hearing the words bread, water, cheese being murmured at an Olive Garden, he sprinted out onto a bulldozer. Listening to the Doom music in his AirPods and bulldozer steering wheel firmly in hand, he started drifting around. The words bread, water, cheese being yelled from the cabin. Suddenly, he teleported to Russia. Taking a swig of vodka, he rammed the front of the bulldozer into the children's hospital. This killed nobody, since the patient's rooms were designated with the name living room in Russian. For this crime, he was charged with operating machinery while drunk. This resulted in his PlayStation 2 being taken away from him being forced to eat a bowl of spaghetti to pay the Olive Garden, and being scolded by his mother. Let's end off this section by taking a look at the page for the character the show is named after. According to the trivia section of Peppa's page, she's 7'1", she's entered the real world as a CGI character in the movie Pep Chanted. Her favorite foods are bacon and ham, and she has a JoJo stand called Muddy Puddles. She has also died many times, including being shot down by George in an aerial dogfight, being shot by Elmo, and drowning in a very deep muddy puddle. In addition to all of the character pages, there are over 4,000 pages dedicated to fan-made episodes of the show, ranging from silly one-offs to entire multi-season story arcs. For example, there is a trilogy of ludicrously long articles about a fan-made series called Peppa's Adventures and its 2 follow-up shows, with a combined 57 seasons of hypothetical episodes. From what I could glean from this absolute monolith of text, Peppa's Adventures was initially about Peppa's life in college, but eventually became focused on the self-insert characters of the people writing the episodes. The summary section of the page even says that these characters are, quote, demigod-like creatures. The series evolves into a bunch of episodes with insane premises, like one where the self-insert characters overthrow the Peppa Land government, or the one where one of the self-inserts is visited by the ghosts of Halloween past, present, and future, because he was too busy playing Cuphead to go to Peppa's Halloween party. Similarly, the follow-up series, Peppa's Adventures Next Generation, is about the children of the characters from the previous series and their various escapades. Quote from the Wiki: taking place after the final episode of Peppa's Adventures, the users, what the self-insert characters are called in universe, have all grown old and have been invited by the Queen of Peppia to come work with her in her kingdom. They find younger users in Peppa Town, who each resemble one of them, to act as their heirs to protect Peppia from evil while they're away, alongside Peppa and her friends and their kids as well. Finally, there's Peppa's Adventures The Fourth Dimension, which is basically the same thing as the last 2 series, but with a different cast. Who would have thunk it? And all of that's just one fan continuity. There are over 500 different fan-made shows on this wiki. Some highlights include Peppa Gear Solid, Peppa Pig 5000 BC, Peppa Pig the Anime, Peppa's Bizarre Adventures, Life and Times of Daddy Pig, Peppa Stories of War, Peppa Kills Holidays, Peppa Pig Journey to the West, and Keeping Up with the Pigs. We could be here for hours going down the unhinged rabbit hole that is this website, but I think you've gotten the point by now. So what do I think of this wiki? It's hilarious. There's so much insane, off-the-wall stuff here that I can't help but love it. Like I said in the beginning, don't go around clowning on the people who made this wiki. Most of the content on here is clearly just a joke made for kicks and giggles. I'll see y'all whenever I find another topic to make one of these videos on. Or maybe I'll just do a part 2 of this video. I don't know.